Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your black.
Following the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this is gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
People who are so self-aggrandizing and have to tell you with every sentence how wonderful they are, who can never apologize, who can never admit doing anything wrong. Those are often the people who feel the most vulnerable and who put up this rigid defense, because to entertain that they're fallible, that they can make a mistake, that they can do something wrong threatens a total collapse of the self. And so those many times are the people who just can't at all entertain that question of, what could I be doing that I might be able to change to make things better?
Gosh, that's a simple enough lesson. Everybody is a work in progress. Everyone has issues. And if we're all wearing a mask, most of us tend to struggle with being our true and real selves. Listen, man, you got a beautiful woman, you got a good woman. Don't pander to her. Be present without pandering, right? Be in your purpose, right? Without pandering to her. She'll respect you more, right? Hey, I know you want to talk. I know you might want to get some things off your chest, but right now I'm a little overwhelmed with work and projects. I promise you, I will clear my spirit so I can be present in this moment. But just not right now. Do you know how many men will try to take it all on at the same time for fear of loss? You can't fear losing what is deciding in their own mind to leave you anyway. See, when you fake, trust me, she's tolerating you. Somebody go meme it. When you're not your real self, trust me, the relationship is on a timer, brother. The whole relationship is being timed out. She is getting to her breaking point by dealing with your falseness, regardless of what you got. I need you to know this, brothers. We've been taught to be goofies, to perform. Many people are raised in homes that don't teach you that the relationship with yourself is the primary relationship of your life. Right? Getting you right, that's the primary relationship. You know what the secondary relationship is? The relationship with your purpose. What you're here on planet Earth to do. That makes your woman the third most important relationship. And I know people don't want to hear it put that way. I know. She's going to be a part of all of those things. She's going to be a reflection of the relationship with yourself. She's going to be involved in your purpose in some kind of way, rooting, cheering you on, probably even giving you the best ideas, being a muse, all of that. But on the spiritual side of things, if you don't heal what you modeled in early childhood, it's going to come out in those bio-reflections in that relationship. Yeah. It's going to be a struggle. Now, your job is to learn how to reconcile those things. It's tough, but this is the real world. I was talking to a brother the other day. He was talking some of the most outlandish stuff I had ever heard in my life. I was in a cigar lounge, of course. It was yesterday. It was last night, right after this show. My goodness. It was a room full of women, and they were all angry with him because he just had these old archaic ideas, and I had to come in. They said, Zoe, please clean it up. I said, just get off the radio. They said, Zoe, clean it up, man. Come on. I said, I talk for a living. They say, no, man, you got to talk some more. Please get in here and make this make sense. But when I started to talk to him about it, of course, he understood what I was saying. The women understood, but it was raw, real truth. It was, look, he's trying to compensate for his internal mess. And the way he does that is by saying you owe him, because he was literally saying y'all owe men. I don't even want to get it. That's a whole nother topic I'm cultivating right now. Let me get Nazarene back in here for his final thought. Nazarene, get in here.
Yes, sir. I'm with you, man. Look, that's what's up. I love that jumper, man. That cliffhanger. Keep cooking, man. I appreciate you.
Yes,
but,
sir.
I say, well, the final thought, you might not want to hear it, but if you cared about your life and you was really, quote unquote, living and dying about your word, this and the third, you would have been crashed out or been put your life on the line. There's nowhere in a activated or realized man's heart and being that isn't willing to go all out, all the way for his people. Now, even within that riverbank of communication, it does flow both ways. So if your man is communicating like, look, let me cleanse my spirit right now, whoop-de-whoop, that's where the partner won't necessarily, quote unquote, even leave him to just figure it out on his own, or leave him feeling unsupported or unrespected in that space. There's mutual pouring there. So once you know yourself and you keep uniting all things, you accepting and you merging all of those lanes, I feel like things become very clear, but you must commit to moving in alignment with your true self.
I love that. Brothers, we got to get real. Hey, Nazarene, guess what you just did?
Salam alaikum.
You already know. Atlanta, Georgia is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We got Hustle from Miami, Florida. Hustle, come on, man. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hey, what's happening, brother?
I'm good, brother.
So, since I'm the resident Leo, I had to call in.
The resident Leo. You think you the only Leo that call in here, brother?
Pretty much. Well, that's a Leo thing to think, ain't it? So,
exactly. Come on.
I started with this. Lion King is one of my favorite movies of all time, so I got to clean something up for you, man. It's not Mustafa. It's Mufasa.
That's right. It is. Mufasa.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But the thing is, that makes it even better because Goofasa works even. It just fits perfectly.
Goofasa.
Yeah. It actually has goof in it. So, but that simple thing right there is actually ties into this topic, because instead of being in an echo chamber, I bring some accountability to you. I'm willing to actually say something without the fear of being accepted.
Come on.
You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. If you had Mufasa, Uncle Phil, and Bill Cosby as a kid, man, that's like pretty much your father figures growing up.
You had some good ones, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of that came down to accountability and what they showed on the screen. Mm-hmm. I had a wise man once tell me, a good man is a dangerous man.
Keep going.
You see, it's somebody who isn't afraid to take risks. It's not a nice man. It's a good man. It's a man who understands his purpose in that position. You know, might be a polarizing topic, but it's the idea of spirit isn't about gender. Your body has a gender. The vessel, you see what I mean? How you express it, what it's passing through, yeah. So then that influences the way it manifests. However, your spirit don't.
I love that. Keep going. You're cooking. Keep going. I'm right here. I'm listening.
So yeah, one of my favorite lines from Bruce Lee. I know you follow his philosophies. It's one of the toughest things to do is to be yourself. Because when you understand that spirit realm, you understand there's no limits.
But you do realize that we're in a society that says, first off, you as yourself is dangerous, right? Us as ourselves, us as black men. The black man is dangerous. The black man is the most misogynistic man on planet Earth. And we just put Donald Trump back in office after all of the felonies, after everything that he's done. That let me know no one can ever say that black men are more toxic than white men and women.
Well, let me ask you this. If you limitless, how can they put you in a box?
No. We can't skip ahead of the process. If you've been conditioned to believe that you're limited, remember, believe is the most powerful word. Now, remember this. History is also propaganda. So if I'm rewriting your narrative, right, and I'm making you believe in a limited belief system that is cultivated for future generations, the generations that I'm conditioning right now with brute force, right, with abuse, that's going to be encoded in the DNA. That's going to be passed down as generational curses and generational thought processes and behaviors. Do you see? So you can't skip ahead and go, yeah, we're limitless. Yes, essentially we are. However, if that's been taught up out you, conditioned up out of you, then you're no longer what you're capable of because you don't remember it. So we have to bring this conversation back. We live in a society that is capitalistic and materialistic. So that means things beget things. So what are the things that we are trying to beget for the most part in our lives as men? You tell me.
Well, just first, don't think I said that out of disagreement. I actually said that to confirm what you're saying. You get what I mean? Like
I
was saying,
I get what you're saying.
Because you're talking about the danger thing. Yeah, okay.
But answer that question. What are we trying to get as men? This society has conditioned us to get things. What are we trying to get as men for the most part? You tell me.
Power. Control.
Biggie said it simple, much more simply. What did Biggie say? Money, clothes, and the garden tool. 50 said it the other way.
Representation of power, yeah.
But not really. Quincy Jones told me, he said, hey, man, get the money, but then go out and see if your money has any power. Diddy is recognizing that his money has no power. Right? Hey, here's $50 million for my bill. No, your money's no good here. When we were conditioned back in the day as slaves, and then we got freed, and then we started to get a little bit of something. Oh, we got a house, we got some stuff, and then they said, your money's no good here. Redlining. Your money's no good here. You can't bank here. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll pose this, though. Just because you are told to get power doesn't mean they'll allow you that power.
That's why Quincy said, go see if your money has any power. That's what he said. He didn't say go get power. He said, now go see if your money has any power. Michael Jackson recognized, oh, yes, I own all this music real estate. Right? Sony ATV Publishing. Who owns Sony ATV Publishing today? Sony. Go see if your money has any power. And when
nothing worse than seeing a lion chasing his tail.
That's what I'm saying. They don't want a lion here. What they want is a trian. They want a trian king. They don't want a lion king. And it goes back to your point.
Lions out here.
Yeah, but it goes back to your point. Right? Your point is, how do we get this generation to recondition themselves, to unlearn what they've learned? We've learned to perform for women. We objectify women because capitalism, ageism, racism, sexism, right? Materialism. 50 Cent said it in his song. What did he say? He said, go get the money. The garden tools come with it. Go get the money. Do you see? So do you see this performative pattern that we've been put in? It makes us goofy. We know the game. We know the street game. We know the money game. We know the hustle game. And we know what we need to do in order to attract. We know how to buy feathers, but we're not luminous like peacock feathers internally. Does that make sense?
Damn, is he talking about peacocks, man? You built in a zoo where they got you mislabeled.
Keep going. Keep going. Now we there. Come on.
Because if they're telling you a pigeon, you understand?
And you're actually
align with that.
Right. You're actually a harpy eagle, right?
You're gonna eat the diet of pigeons.
Yes. Keep going.
Do you see where I'm going with that?
Yes. Yes.
And here's the thing about it: depending on what you eat, you actually grow to that potential.
But look at how this programming works. If women have been objectified to be things that come along with masculine success, how do we really understand their inherent power?
Well, we're supposed to teach. So if the head is screwed up, the body just won't follow.
How can a man teach a woman if he does not know the woman within his own spirit, the feminine principle?
Well, that's why the mom is supposed to impart that knowledge. That's part of her purpose.
Man, stay with me. When we come forward, we going back to Miami, Florida. Hustle is on fire. Let's cook.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Are you an entrepreneur looking to take your business to new heights? KBLA Talk 1580 is your partner in success. Every day, we celebrate and elevate Black-owned businesses across our community. Our KBLA SMB Marketplace currently features The Cookie Dip, Badass Bakes, Hair Concoction, Higher Education Accreditation Consulting, LACC Radiology Technology Department, and Malik Books. Your business deserves to be heard. Let KBLA Talk 1580 amplify your voice and connect you with our powerful community of listeners. Email smb@kbla1580.com today. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
At the count of 3, I want y'all to tell me the name of my DJ. 1, 2, 3. Yo, I gotta hear that one more time, man. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, boy, for all those that didn't understand, Terminator X.
Sound off the record, people keeping them down.
Chicken, Miami.
Terminator X packs the jam. Anyway, and I'm saying that he's defending the mic. Yeah. Who gives about what they like, right? The power is bold, the rhymes politically cold. No judge could ever budge a handle his load. Yes, the coming is near. He's about to become the one and only missionary lord. Son of a gun, going on and on. Backtracking the whack, explaining that, y'all. For the actual fact. Come on. You don't push it. Using your fame as a DJ to sell drugs. Terminator. Terminator.
When we asked our original participants in our study, hundreds of them, we said, when you're 80 years old now, when you look back on your life, what do you regret the most? More than anything, many of them said, I wish I hadn't spent so much time worrying about what other people thought. So then the question is, well, what could we do to change that? And I think what I've learned more and more in my own life is simply to check in more with myself about what are the things that raise my energy. I think one of the things we can do every day is simply to pay attention to that internal sense of being enlivened or being depleted by activities that we're doing during our day.
Man, that's heavy. You know how many men are not checking in with themselves? We just up, we moving, we going, we're competing, we're accumulating, we're trying to gain, get more. And again, we think the more we get, the more we'll have. And that's simply not true. We don't even have a real relationship with ourselves. I'm not saying marginalize women in your life. I'm saying your spiritual maturation in this life should take precedent in your life. Did you hear how I said that? Your spiritual maturation should take precedent. But you live in a society that is not spiritual, that is not really metaphysical, right? So you think being the man as defined by a toxic society gives you dominion over other spirits that you, listen to how I'm going to say this, that you pay for. You pay for it with your time. You pay for it with your resources. You pay for it with your presence. You pay for it with your pockets. But on the inside, you're as poor as you were in the moment you were originally hurt. The moment you learned how to cope. Man, going into a relationship with pre-existing coping mechanisms is the secret ingredient for relational conflict. Let me get my Hustle back. Hustle, come back in here, man.
So I was thinking, we was talking about eating the wrong diet and being told you're the wrong animal. You know, if a lion eats dog food or runs around barking, nobody's going to be afraid of it. A bark will never be as scary as a roar.
Right.
And I think a lot of times we especially today, we were walking around saying, well, I don't feel like being a lion today. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a wolf. No, how about you learn what you are first? That's self-knowledge. And then figure out how to operate to the top of that.
I love it. I love it. Hey, Hustle, guess what you just did, brother?
Dade County, man.
Dade County is in the building. You already know what it is. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. There's a documentary I want you guys to get. Or it's free. It's on YouTube. The documentary is called Finding Joe. And I did a masterclass, a relationship masterclass, and that was in one of the video files that we had for homework. And that particular documentary, Finding Joe, illustrates what Hustle was talking about perfectly. But the example that they used was, there was a baby or a cub tiger that was raised around sheep, and the baby tiger, the cub, felt like he was a sheep, and he lived as a sheep, he ate as a sheep, he had sheep friends, and then one day he ran into another tiger, and then the tiger said, no, that's not who you are. And when I say a tiger, or we say a lion, it doesn't necessarily imply that we're talking about some type of aggression or violence. What it's talking about is being what you are. And we've been taught, and please understand, men that are aggressive and violent are typically unhealed. Men that are controlling, manipulators, liars, and all of that are unhealed. That is not a true representation of divine masculinity. So I really want you guys to check out Finding Joe. It's on YouTube. It's an amazing documentary. I want you guys to check it out. Lulu from Charlotte, North Carolina. Lulu, let me just say this really quickly. Lulu, are you ready to cook? Lulu, are you there?
Yes. Hey, folks.
How you doing? Lulu, can you do me a favor? Can you wait just a few more minutes? Because when we come forward, we going back to Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's cook.
Understand this type of music is a plan to clan. You know the pack attack the man with the palm in his hand. Police, wild beast, dogs on a leash. No peace to reach his wife's back in his black piece. Terminator X, yelling with his hands. Almighty ruler written the jam, but his cuts drive against the belt. He's bad by himself. Yeah, it's one job, cold threaten the crowd. Loud sound, pound, making brothers proud. Boy,
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Tyreek Wynn with 4 things you should know from BIN News. A 9-year-old boy is dead after a shooting at his grandfather's house in Compton, California. Najee Ali, director of Project Islamic Hope, spoke about the shooting on Sunday night. The boy who had autism was shot on Saturday. President Biden and his wife are increasing the visibility of those dealing with HIV and AIDS. The White House celebrated World AIDS Day by displaying the AIDS Memorial quilt on the South Lawn. A new paper published by doctors of Emory Sports Cardiology Program in Georgia found black athletes are 5 times more likely to die of sudden cardiac arrest than white athletes. Bronx, New York native and actress Kerry Washington is receiving a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Washington, who is also an Emmy award-winning producer, is well known for a groundbreaking role as Olivia Pope in the hit ABC drama Scandal. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
Mandalay Bay and Luxor come alive as the Fan District, the go-to destination for all fankind in Las Vegas. Gather here, stay here, eat here, and celebrate here with specials, giveaways, player meet and greets, and more. Whether you're there to get the party started or keep the party going, the Fan District has you covered.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
This season, Chevy brings classic pairings, cookies and milk, mistletoe and kisses, and your holiday plans and a new Chevy. Silverado 1500 gives you power and capability with 430 pound-feet of torque to haul your holiday tree. The Equinox EV and all-new Equinox, America's best compact SUV for new vehicle quality by J.D. Power, offer both confidence and style to see you through the holiday season. It's easy to see why Chevy makes everything better and brighter. Find your red tag. Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select popular Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Award based on 2024 models. For J.D. Power 2024 U.S. Industrial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Offer available on all 2025 Equinox and 2024 Equinox EV, Blazer EV, and Silverado EV models. Monthly payment is $27.78 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment is 26.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 1/2/25.
If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom? She started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Pull over to the side right now.
Yo, Dre, give me a funky baseline.
Right here. Here's a little something about a brother like me. Never should have been let out the penitentiary. Ice Cube will like to say that I'm a crazy mother from around the way. Since I was a youth, I smoked weed out. Now I'm the type of punk that you read about, doing a crime or two. That's what the hell I do. You don't like how I'm living? Well, this is a crew, and I'm in it. My man Trey knock you out in a minute with the right, left, you're toothless. And then you say, damn, they ruthless. We make you say it again. In W ways, messing up the program. And then you realize we don't care. We don't just say no, we're too busy saying yeah. About drinking straight out the 8 bottle. Tell the truth, do I look like a role model to a kid looking up to me? Life ain't nothing but girls and money.
How should people, a guy asked Peterson this question, deal with having lots of self-awareness? The depth of my consciousness causes me to suffer. Is it a blessing or a curse to feel everything so very deeply?
Some people are hyper-vigilant and hypersensitive to their internal signals. And this is the basic problem with awareness, is that if you have too much awareness, it's not that it's good or it's bad, it's that it's out of control. So if we kind of think about, let's say, a raging river. Is a raging river good or bad? Well, that depends.
Where is it raging?
Exactly. Is it part of a dam where harnessing hydroelectric energy? Then it is amazing, which has been my experience, is that when I can take these people and teach them how to harness their awareness and focus their awareness, because most people who have too much awareness, it's like light that is diffracted and spread everywhere. Instead, what you need to do is focus light just like a laser beam, at which point, instead of being diffuse and wasted all over the place because your mind is hyper aware of this, and this, you need to be able to focus your mind like a laser beam, and then it can cut through things, and it is an amazing tool.
The VOR is on fire. The phone lines are crazy right now. We're all over the country. People are tapping in. They want to talk about this topic. A lot of men have been conditioned to be goofy. Performers, Gustafa, the Tryon King, will try anything to score, right? But relationships are about self-awareness. Relationships are about the development of the spirit, healing oneself. I think many men out here, we figure if we have the world in a chokehold, we should by right have our girl in a chokehold? No, that's not how it goes, fellas. Yeah. You can have all the money in the world and no sense of self, right? You can have all the resources in the world. And if you haven't cultivated a sense of self through conquering these demons. And I give the example of the Buddha, how the Buddha faced illusion, how the Buddha faced Maya, how the Buddha faced fear and anger and lust. And the Buddha faced all of his internal demons and shot them all down. And this is how he became enlightened. We can have the whole world in our hand and still have a dark spirit. Do you understand? This makes us goofy. We will perform. We will say, look at my car. We will flash our key ring for those who are looking for key rings. Oh, God. Let me get her in here. Lulu, Charlotte, North Carolina. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hey, so you asked how do women know when a guy is goofy, or how do I identify them? I can only speak from my experience, but one thing that always in my experience has told me a guy is goofy is the self-proclaimed nice guys.
Say more. Say more.
Or, so as an adult, I've never met a really kind man who has had to come out right and say, I am a nice man. He doesn't have to say it, he shows it. And a lot of times the men that I've encountered that are self-proclaimed nice guys are really just doing nice things for a transaction.
Ooh. So a man can do a nice thing and be totally unaware of your reaction to it because he doesn't really care. He knows it's going to elicit some kind of reaction, And he could just say, oh, send her some flowers. I don't need to know what her reaction was. I don't really care. But I do know it pushes me further along with her because she likes that, performative, as opposed to being aware and saying, you like the flowers? Do you like the way they smell? How did they make you feel? You want to talk about it? You want to?
Oh, no, I think that's great. I think that's communication. But I think what I mean is if he says, I'm a nice guy because I did this. And just self-proclaim, or even sometimes you see it with men that will self-proclaim, I'm an alpha male, and don't really do anything to back it up. The men that really show leadership, I've not had to hear them say, I'm an alpha male, and self-proclaim it. They show it in their leadership and how they speak and how they command the room. And it ties back to your theme, right, of the Lion King. In the wild, if we're talking about lions, it's the female who has the primary choice. The male lions just show their dominance and their fitness and their abilities, but it's up to the female lion to have the primary say in choosing which male to mate with. And the male lions, even though they don't actively submit to the female, they do respect boundaries. Even in the wild, you see that male lions respect female lion boundaries and do not forcefully mate if she's not receptive. That's usually how it goes.
Wow. Man, this done turned into the safari tonight. I love it. Lulu, guess what you just did, my sweetheart?
Brought Charlotte in.
Come on, Charlotte, North Carolina is in the building. Lulu, you got a seat at the table anytime you want to call in. You can call in. You already know that. Let me get Chris from Paso Robles, California. And I'm waiting on Ronan because I know Ronan going to act a fool. But, Chris, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my friend?
Hey, as always, you always have really good topics to ponder on, I really appreciate the topics that you have. It really sends me off into my library, so to speak. But no, this one was personal because, it really makes you think about, am I that, Right. And if so, how do I go about, operating,
Right. Well, so you're asking a question about self-reflection.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. If we have to embrace these points of our goofiness, you know what I mean, and looking at how we are when we approach our relationship, you know what I mean, and with the other half. I'm sorry, I'm fumbling, but
no, you're good. But the sister Lulu from North Carolina laid it out kind of flat. What's really interesting is, think about it. If we're doing things in a performative way, right? She called them nice things, right? And we're not really kind people to begin with. We're just doing what is defined as a nice thing in order to elicit some kind of reaction from her. We might be looking for, oh, did that have an impact? Oh, that means I'm a little closer to the cookie. Niceties, as Atala just framed it, right? So the reality of it is, do you do that? Or are you truly a genuinely kind person?
Yeah. Yes, I believe that, like she said, that goes without saying. If you are, then you are. And if it's about conquest, then you're going to play chess, I would imagine.
Let me give you an example. You see how I said if you're doing something nice for someone, it's nice because it's defined as nice by society. If you do something nice for a woman and you're looking for the result, the impact of it, you might not be a nice person.
No, you're not.
Because
Absolutely.
Kindness is, if I'm truly a kind person, I'm not trying to give you something to make you upset. If it makes you happy, great. That's amazing. But I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart. Now, if you say, oh, this ain't the right size, this is ugly, I would never, that's on you.
Yeah.
I did it out of the kindness of my heart. And I think oftentimes people are doing things for the response, for the reaction, for the validation, for the approval, for the acknowledgement. They're not just doing it because, you know, you're a good person. I recognize other good people, and let me share this with you. That's one of the things I love about the cigar lounge. There's a culture in the cigar lounge that says the best cigars are gifted. And what you find is when you go to a cigar lounge, you become a member, people tend to just give you cigars. Now, they're doing that because they want to know, hey, is that good? Do you like that? Oh, I noticed you smoke this kind, and I had an idea that you might like this one, you know? And there's this free giving of cigars, and nobody's asking questions, and nobody's really tripping, and it's just part of the culture. They're just giving it because everybody's genuinely enthusiastic about cigars, right? I think oftentimes in relationships, we're enthusiastic about the outcome, what we're going to get from this person. Do you see?
See.
And that's
Yes,
the
sir.
difference between, say, a kind person and a nice person. A nice person wants the end result, right? Whether that's a relationship, whether that's a mother figure, a father figure, whether that's some cookie, right? There's an end result attached to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes,
my brother.
sir.
Well, guess what? Guess what you just did?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
You
What did I
brought
do?
Paso Robles in the building,
Hey.
man. We appreciate
Thank
the
you,
call.
brother. Good to talk to you, as always,
Yes,
brother.
sir, man. Call in anytime. All right. When we come forward, somebody about to act a complete fool. You already know what's about. Ronan from Indianapolis is about to snap. Mustard!
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Medicare open enrollment is here, and it's a time you can make changes to your health coverage. Yet, watch out for enrollment and marketing scams. Remember, Medicare will neither call you nor solicit your business. Guard your card. Never give out your Medicare number to strangers. Unsolicited calls, door-to-door visits, and emails are prohibited. Take your time. Don't feel pressured to make a quick decision. Report scams to our California Senior Medicare Patrol at 1-855-613-7080.
An official message from Medicare. Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money. Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the TI.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Thanks for your face, London. Everybody in the house make some noise. I want everybody in the house to say, ho! Yo, Chuck, kick it to him, man.
A ballad behind bars, or you could say real rock from the rock. An unusual musical happening in a most unusual place. The state prison
I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened and read it. It said they were suckers. They wanted me for their army or whatever. Picture me giving a... I said never. Here's a land that never gave a... about a brother like me and myself because they never...
Begin outwardly, then work inwardly. Be aware of what you think. Just don't try to condemn or justify what you are. You don't condemn or justify the color that person is wearing. He's wearing it.
You know I love Krishnamurti. We got to play him earlier. But we up against the clock right now. And because Krishnamurti was about to cook, but I got to get Ronan from Indianapolis. Ronan, let me get out your way, man. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
This is an awesome topic, and I'm going to separate them into three individuals. I'm going to start with Pandermort.
Not Voldemort.
Pandermort. This is a guy who uses simp magic, trying to use manipulation, but the very things he's using, that's the very prison he's stuck in, his perspective. Because now he's got to sit here and tell this lie that he's living, and his marks see what he's doing. Either they get out of his way or they use him to the last drop and then throw him aside, and that's where he starts becoming resentful.
Wow. Pandermort. So you've recontextualized the villain in Harry Potter, Voldemort. He's using pandering magic.
Yeah.
Okay, give me another one.
Okay, then you got the original guy, Gustafa.
Gustafa, yes.
This is the guy who he has all these external resources, but he's bankrupt internally. So now, instead of actually looking for a relationship, he's looking to extend sponsorship to ones who are looking to buy into the lie he's living.
Wow.
As for validation, because...
Keep going. We listening, brother. Keep going.
Because they always said, you can have all the money in the world, but a lame is always going to be a lame. Mm-hmm. And he shows that when it comes to what he exposes his character for what it really is. Like, let's say when he runs into trouble, the real individual shows up, and then he's exposed for what, what's going on, and they take it from there. Mm-hmm. And the last one is Darth Sympius. And he's probably the most vile of the group.
Wait, Darth Sympius from the Star Wars universe, Darth Sympius. Tell us of his powers and exploits.
Well, he does a thing by mass manipulation and exploitation because he uses numbers of basically mindless weenies out here to cover for his faults. So he'll send them misinformation, and they'll go on that. And meanwhile, while he's out there, they're wreaking havoc and used as diversions. He does the very things that they're doing, but worse. He'll monetize mediocrity. He will sit there and basically do the same thing, if not worse, trying to basically undercut guys. It's the dirty macking version of things, but he's ultra lame with it. He will basically disparage himself, disparage other guys' characters. He'll sit there and lie to women while he's lying to himself, and then when he gets exposed, he gets destroyed in the most exotic fashion.
And you're saying these archetypes are out here in these streets, brother?
They're out here in these streets. They have sold books. They have made movies. You got guys sitting in your friend zone right now who duct tapes his crush's picture on a vacuum cleaner bag on date night. All kind of weenies who do that.
Ronan, Guess what you just did?
But I was gonna say one thing too. It's like
go ahead, brother.
The main lesson we have to learn as men is we have to work on the internal. That's what you sell people on, and authentically. And the most important lesson I learned in doing some of these acts is you never prostitute your presence nor your purpose.
Wow. Man. Guess what you just did, Ronan?
I said Indianapolis on fire.
Indianapolis, Naptown is in the building, man. Trauma and the good guy persona. Patrick Carnes' research on trauma bonding sheds light on the performative kindness exhibited by Gustafa. The good guy / girl. Gustafa could be a girl too. She could be performative as well. But we wanted to focus on men. I wanted men to hear this, right? It's not merely a projection of altruism, but a survival strategy rooted in early relational traumas. In many cases, individuals mimic societal and parental archetypes, striving to meet external expectations at the expense of their authenticity. Such performative behavior often intersects with dark triad traits, narcissism, Machiavellianism, psychopathy, in subtle ways. While the Gustafa may not overtly embody these traits, their relentless focus on controlling perception aligns with Machiavellian tendencies. This raises the question, is the Gustafa persona an unconscious form of self-deception? Thomas Campbell's book, My Big Toe, suggests that our reality is a reflection of our internal state. For the Gustafa, the facade of success mirrors an internal landscape of fear, inadequacy, and self-disconnection. Self-disconnection. Complex trauma, or CPTSD, plays a pivotal role in creating a Gustafa persona. Bruce Lipton's insight into epigenetics reveal how early relational traumas not only shape our psychological patterns, but also biological responses. The need to appear invulnerable and self-assured is often a manifestation of hyperarousal, a chronic state of flight or fight that prioritizes survival over authenticity. Dr. Ramani, she's cooking as well. Her work on narcissism, right? It underscores the impact of childhood emotional neglect. For many Gustafas, the drive to perform is rooted in an unacknowledged fear of rejection. Listen, I started the conversation. Brothers, sisters, it's really up to you to finish it. You already know how we do. The Voice of Reason is on fire. I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper for you to think about. All right, deuces.
Getting dumb. Can you hit a drum? Yo, Dre, why don't you pump it up some? I pumped it up, so now what's up? Yo, Yellow Boy, add a little cut. What the hell? You think we need some bells? Yeah, homeboy, might as well. There it is. So now what's next? A little so fire me up. Hold it. Wait a minute. You need something else in it. This is what I want you to do. Feel the groove. Bust the move. Yo, I'm tired. What about you? Man, this is something to dance to.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 things you should know from BIN News.